Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We are the Mile High Property Brothers. Today, another fun one. Part 2 of our 11 reasons why everyone is moving to Denver, Colorado.
All right, let's check it out, guys. What's up, guys? I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my partner, Will Grimes. And if it's your first time visiting our channel, thank you for coming. But while you're here, hit that subscribe button. We're dropping a ton of content all week long about moving to Denver, Colorado, and you don't want to miss a single one.
100%. And we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado, which means as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs. So that number that's popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if we can help you, we would love to. But with that being said, let's get back into the fun. Let's get into part 2 of why is everyone moving to Denver?
All right, number 6, kicking it off of 11. I'm gonna let Will take this one because this is not my forte.
I don't know if it's not his forte because he feels like he's above it or he's just not into it. I'm not sure what it is, but he's got a son now, so he better step up his game. But we are talking about professional sports. So super fun about Colorado. Yes, we have competitive sports as in professional level, but more specifically, the Denver Nuggets are in the playoffs currently as we speak right now for basketball. You've got a couple of players that are all-stars. The Denver Broncos, we've had several different Super Bowls. We've had Peyton Manning here. We've got Russell Wilson as our new quarterback. Colorado Rockies, we've had some great players. We've been to a World Series. You guys know how I feel about that, but still super competitive. You've got the Avalanche here. Avalanche have won a couple Stanley Cups. So you've got really strong professional level teams.
Broncos?
I talked about the Broncos.
Did you? Oh,
Yeah,
Russell Wilson. That's right.
See what I mean?
Listen to me.
Getting back to it, even if you are not super into professional sports, the atmospherics of Colorado, like for example, just going to Coors Field and enjoying a baseball game, whether you're into baseball or not, the atmospherics of it, having a beer, some food with your friends, and just kind of enjoying, the background ambiance of what's going on the field. A lot of fun, and believe it or not, as I've been to the stadium even more, I've met a ton of people that aren't necessarily like into baseball or know all the players. They just love spring and summer evenings at the ballpark, having food and just enjoying the ambiance.
Sounds good. All right, number 7. This is one I'm a little more in tune with, and that is all the wildlife and nature that Colorado has to offer.
Right.
Now, I would say regardless of background or what the primary reason is that a lot of our clients are moving here, one of the main things that almost everybody says when we're doing a Zoom call with you guys talking about your wants and needs out here is, their overall desire for just to be around nature and wildlife. And that means hikes, open space around the homes, walking trails, things to do, outside activities to go do year round, which you talked about before, but that is a primary reason a lot of people are moving here.
Well, just the elk, the moose. I mean, like if you guys were to drive through like Estes Park, you'll have huge moose just crossing the road and everyone taking photos. And you've got the Rocky Mountain National Park right there. You've got huge rams here. A lot of really cool wildlife. So whether that's hunting for you or whether it's recreational, whether it's fishing, a lot of great lakes here as far as fishing and everything else. So whether it's, again, providing food for your family and hunting, whether it's just for going out and observing wildlife at its greatest, I think that's what you and I enjoy most. A lot of fun, and you guys can go experience the mountains while you're experiencing the wildlife. A lot of you folks just want to enjoy the Rocky Mountains. That's kind of the stuff that comes with it. Super great.
And even in these suburban areas, Will's in Castle Rock, I'm in Elizabeth.
We have a family of deer that cross my backyard every morning.
It's a daily thing where there's literally just families, huge herds of deer that are coming through and just grazing, and they're staying to themselves, and they're peaceful and nice, but it's just a really cool part of Colorado.
They're like a little domesticated around my neighborhood because obviously nobody is hunting them or anything like that. We all just enjoy them. They're crossing over like everyone's property. But what's awesome is like my dogs, they think they're so tough. And I feel like the deer, my dogs will bark at them like the deer are just eating grass. I'm like, nah, we know you can't come get us. We know that owner's not letting you out. And I think that deer would kick a dog's butt.
A baby.
But either way, it's funny to like see a dog bark or puff up and see wildlife and it get zero reaction. Super great. Yeah. Moving forward, number 8, one of my favorite, and yes, it is true, mark my word, the people here are nice and welcoming.
They are. Now, occasionally you'll see a comment on YouTube here and there where people will say that, like our state's crowded, don't come here. For the most part, guys, no one is like that out here, and even if they are online, they're not like that in person. And the funny, ironic part to me is that the majority of people in Colorado also came here from another state.
The person that's commenting Denver's crowded, don't come here, is in their basement on their computer that never leaves their house saying that. As far as as much as Tim and I get out downtown to Rockies games, Nuggets games, to recreational stuff, to going out and just filming and get all the content for you guys, helping our clients, to being at real estate conventions, the amount of people that we're around on a regular basis every single week, week in and week out. And imagine this, we're also walking around with a camera, right? If there's ever a time to be bothered by another human, it's when we're walking down 16th Street Mall or we're talking and walking. And we've got a camera or we're walking into a restaurant. We just very rarely, if ever, have run into someone that has any issue with that. And typically it's people holding doors because you have a camera in your hand, or people saying hello, or hey, what are you guys shooting? What do you guys do? And they end up looking at our YouTube channel, and it's a great icebreaker. It's a great conversation, starter. So is every single person gonna not bother you? No, I think you guys know by now, we can't quote that. But as a whole, as far as the different states we've been to, the different states we've lived in compared to Colorado, and what a lot of our clients are saying from where they've come from to Colorado, definitely a significant difference in energy and welcoming feel, and just overall just people being nice to each other.
Yeah, and I think that's really important when you are coming here from another state. It's nice to be able to make friends. It's nice to be able to move into a neighborhood and feel like you're involved as part of the community. What we've heard from our clients time and time again is man, you guys weren't kidding. The people here are really nice. The people here are welcoming. It's so easy to make friends. And part of that too, I think, is there is so much to do outside. It's very easy for a neighbor to invite you to their barbecue, or they're having friends over for some beer and cornhole. There's just so many of those weekend get-togethers. I honestly think it's kind of hard to not be invited to those things.
Make eye contact when you're walking down the sidewalk. Nod your head and say hello. Here in Colorado, and see what happens. Do your own test.
Number 9, some of you guys will like this. It is a beer lover's paradise. And why do we say that? Because Colorado has the most breweries and microbreweries per capita than any state. So this truly is the beer capital of the nation.
Correct. And that's also spread all over the place, right? So whether you're in the heart of Denver or you're in Rhino District, there's a lot of really cool breweries down there. You've got Breckenridge Brewery, right? That's one of the well-knowns that's out here. But you've also got some breweries that are down here in Castle Rock, in Old Town Castle Rock. So it's not just in the heart of Denver where you guys have to be. There's a lot of ones that are spread out in the Denver metro that are super cool. But either way, that is a thing. And I'm not a huge beer guy, but a lot of these breweries are doing a great job as far as the product that they're putting out. And here's what I super love, because Colorado's growing a ton. We're not quite like maybe some of these other states as far as the Bay Area or some other places on the coast with fish and just great restaurants. But Colorado is making a huge effort. I think people that are coming here come from so many different states. They almost demand just great food. Our food,
culture,
it's great, and it's on the rise. And what I love is you've got places like Punch Bowl, and you've got a lot of these different breweries where they've got great beer, but they're also a scratch kitchen, and they've got phenomenal, unique food options. So even if you're not necessarily a beer person, going to a brewery for food, sleeper all day. Definitely go visit them. Some of them are only beverage, but a lot of them have the restaurants, and they are phenomenal. If you're not a beer person, still go check out the breweries, still try some of the food. Moving right along, number 10, probably one of the most obvious ones, booming economy.
We do. Now, when it comes to economy, we're talking specifically jobs. Now, a lot of industries are coming here in Colorado. Denver specifically, over the past 10 years, has really become a hot spot for a lot of software development or tech. Aerospace, mining is a very big deal out here. A lot of medical device.
Biochemistry.
Biochemistry.
Didn't think I knew that.
All of those things, I know, he's smart. All of those things, guys, are very, very popular out here, and they're only continuing to grow. And I feel like a lot of these industries are still in their infancy when it comes to what they're actually going to ultimately be here in Colorado.
Correct. And a lot of them, these companies are just coming here. So a lot of their employees are just saying, hey, we're coming here because our company is there and their headquarters are going to be there, or they are growing one there. So now we have the option to live there and we're getting transferred. Or maybe you're just looking at moving industries, or maybe you're in that industry, but you're looking at going to one of these bigger companies and you want to be with them. And a lot of these are also because when you look at software development, a lot of those are work from home companies as well. So even if the company's not coming here, because you're able to work remote and you have the flexibility to live wherever you want, we have a lot of clients that have come through here where they say, we just want to live in Colorado. So they decide to come here. But either way, because of the economics and just how versatile things are as far as working from home nowadays, it gives a lot of great options.
All right, 11. Let's talk taxes. Now, Colorado has one of the lowest property taxes that we have across the country.
Correct.
If you're looking in Denver, Littleton, some of those older, more established areas, you're looking at anywhere from 0.4 to maybe 0.5% as far as property taxes go, which is extremely low. The highest end that you'll see in Colorado is in some new build areas where it might be 1% of the approximate sales price of your home.
Correct.
Which is still very competitive compared to a lot of places in the country.
Correct, and just moving right along with some of the taxes, we've got a flat rate income tax here, right? So like it's just a one rate straight across the board, which is also a great benefit. And in addition to that, sales tax. For all of the states that do have a sales tax, Colorado is the lowest sales tax of all of those states, right? So another great benefit. So when you look at pros and cons of just how fun it is to live here, all the 4 seasons, things you can enjoy, the friendly people, the booming, economics, and it's like, all right, but what's the catch? Taxes, like it almost reminds you of like a California, right? Like you got the water and it's fun and everyone's having a great time. It's a great place to live, but the taxes, right? Like, so what's the catch with Colorado? Like, well, when it comes to that lane, like there's not really a catch with Colorado. Like it could be higher than some other states, but as far as like Colorado bang for bang is in competing with some of these other great states to live in, we just don't really have that, right? So there's not really a strong catch there. We do have it, but it's not significant or a hindrance as far as you guys being here.
And one thing I like is that, you hear a lot of other states, California, where they're constantly changing and adding and just always kind of messing with a structure that's already not the best to begin with as far as taxes and income taxes, stuff like that. Colorado, I mean, I can't remember the last time they had any major significant change in the way that they structure their income or property tax or anything like that. So that is one thing that I like from a reliability standpoint. It's not like you're going to move here and then 6 months later there's going to be some drastic change. You just don't tend to see that much here in Colorado.
Correct. And you guys know we're at the end of this video, right? So some bloopers are probably going to be popping up, but let's throw you an extra one, just some food for thought. I love talking about this one. I get a little redundant when it comes to that, but being a dad, it's super important. Our school districts here overall are super competitive. You've got a couple private schools that are here now that are super competitive, whether it's academically and or athletically, and I absolutely love that. And they've got a great infrastructure as far as like just producing levels of education and athletics for kiddos. That's always super important. Obviously, I've got kids being a dad, but always keep that in mind as far as like all of these other fun things. But if you do have a family and that's still important to you, yes, I would hate to leave that out of this video because it's important to us as well. And just as much as that's important and these videos important, letting you know that we are licensed brokers in the state of Colorado and that yes, we can handle your real estate needs. That's also important. So that number that's popping back up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if there's something we can do for you or your family, we would love to. But with that being said, enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend, and we'll see you guys very soon.
All right, see you guys.
See you guys.